Hey everybody, welcome back to how to quote, maintain, retain, and cross-sell Manhattan Life. In this video, this is part 3 of the 8-part series. We're going through how each one of the policies actually works so you can have a good understanding of which product is going to work best for your client. We're going to start by already being logged into Manhattan Life, as you can see here. We watched that in the last video. I'm going to be going through the first 3 policy types here, the Accident, Affordable, and Cancer Care Plus. So with the accident insurance policy, go ahead and click on that to bring up the details of how it works. Now for each one of these plans, something I love about Manhattan Life is there is a brochure on the right-hand side that you can click on that'll give you all the details of how it actually works. If you click on that, it'll download it straight to your computer, and once you click on that, it'll open it up in a separate window or a separate tab and show you the details of how the policy actually works. This is very helpful when getting started to understand how to sell it to the client. You can go through each one of these and say, hey, this plan has benefits of accidental death, hospital admission and confinement, etc., as it's listed here on the policy. Now in this brochure, it helps give an understanding of what happens. So please take your time, read through each one of these brochures. Again, you go into the actual policy and you click on this brochure on the right-hand side. It'll download it to your computer. You can open it in a separate window, or you can go and open it from your files as usual. Accidents happen. It gives us a breakdown of how everything works. The basics of an accident insurance policy is this policy is tailored to cover for major physical injury. That could be a car accident. It could be walking down the street, you get hit by a bicycle. It could be you fall down the stairs and break your arm. All of this is used to cover extra out-of-pocket expenses for ambulance rides, air ambulance, disability income, accidental death via common carrier. There's a lot of different pieces on this. As you're going through with the client, read these off to them. But the point of the accident policy is 2 things. Number 1, it's to make sure if they get injured in an accident, that the extra out-of-pocket cost for ambulance rides and emergency rooms is not going to have to be paid by the client themselves. The second point of the accident insurance plan, and I'll show you this here, is to give coverage for loss of wages. So you look here, my favorite plan is the 24-hour coverage. Off-the-job coverage is to supplement if they have a current policy that covers accidents during their work. But 24-hour coverage is no matter where they are, whether they're on or off the job. So I like that. The 2 units, as you can see in the brochure, is going to be higher levels of coverage. $200 a day rather than $100 a day in hospital confinement. $400 a day versus $200 a day versus hospital intensive care unit. So it's just going to be a higher level of coverage. So I always select the 24-hour coverage, 2 unit. Once you've selected that, it's going to bring up more options that you can add to the policy. So you've got disability income, accident only rider. So if they get in an accident and they get injured, this provides disability income for any amount of time that they're out of work. Now, what this does is there's a bunch of different options here, as you can see. The first number is 1,000 or 2,000, as you can see. That means that's how much money that the client is going to get for every month that they are unable to work because of this accident. Class 1 versus Class 2, that talks about what type of occupation they have. If it's a very easy occupation, like accounting or insurance or sales or something like that, that's going to be a Class 1. Class 2 is going to be more physically strenuous, more dangerous, heavy equipment operator, dancer, things that are a lot more involved, skydiving, etc. That's going to be a lot more dangerous class of categories, or things where they're around situations where it's a lot more prone for them to get injured. And you'll notice it's a little more expensive. The last set of numbers is a slash number. Basically, the first of those 2 numbers is how many days the person has to be injured and disabled because of that injury before the disability kicks in. For instance, if you look at this first one, 1,000, Class 1, 14/12, this means it'll pay $1,000 a month for somebody who does a safer job, and it'll wait 14 days before paying out the first amount, and it'll pay it for 12 months. So the first number is how many days it waits. The second number is how many months it pays for. The second option here, $1,000 a month, class 1, easy job title, $14 waiting period, 6 months payout. And that's why the cost is a little bit less. I always like to go with the $2,000 a month, 14 days, and 12-month cycle. Whether they're class 1 or class 2, that's going to give them the best return, the best bang for their buck. Now in this situation, I might not quote Robert on here because he's a child. If he is injured, there's no loss of income, and so I'm going to make sure he's covered well on the other plans, but here, I don't think it's needed as much, and we can save this family some money by making sure it just covers the 2 parents. That's basically it when it comes to the accident insurance plan. There is one other rider as well that I particularly like to include, especially for low income folks, and that is your wellness rider. It's $6 a month, very easy. That provides coverage for several wellness checks every year. It's not unlimited, I think it's 3, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of coverage, but it's $6 a month. If somebody can't afford an actual big plan and all they can afford is $62 a month, that'll give them their wellness checkups and protect them in case of injury. So let's go back to the product list. And in my next video, I'm going to go through the next policy on the list, which is going to be the Affordable Choice Plan, and walk through all the benefits, how to sell it, and which one is going to be right for your client. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to speaking with you next time.